Excalibur, Excalibur! It is I, Arthur, King of the Britons. Tell me the secret of your magic.
It's no good, Lenny. It's 10:30. I'm not mucking about any longer. I want to go watch Tiswas. Quite honestly, mate, if you haven't made an act of mine now, you're never going to bother us. Not standing out in the middle of the lake with that silly plastic sword in your hand.
Okay.
Not fooling anybody.
Let's
Come
go
on.
home. This is ridiculous, man.
Good morning, welcome to Compost Corner. Compost Corner! A very, very special Easter Compost Corner this week. Compost Corner! We particularly want you, before next week's programme, to send in photographs of your compost heap. Compost heap! To a special Compost Corner photographic competition. Compost Corner! But first, my very special guest on this morning's programme, yes, it's our old friend, Percy Thrower.
It's really wonderful. It's me, David, your old buddy and pal.
You again.
What?
Percy
It's quick. Thanks, Quiz.
Okay. Well, Compost Corner this week features my very, very special guest, my great personal pleasure to reintroduce our old friend David Bellamy. Come in, David. Hello.
Well, Quiz, isn't it marvellous to be here on my favourite programme, Compost Corner? Compost Corner! And first of all, may I say I've been delving into the world of genetics and mutations with all the lovely little plants. And the other day, I crossed a climbing bean with a thistle and got a runner that wears little spikes.
Just a little joke.
Just a little joke there.
I knew we should have had Percy Thrower.
Yes. And I've been getting into farming. And I've been getting into that. And the other day, I crossed a pig with a tin of beans and got pork and windy.
Very funny. What exactly have you got to show us this week in the plant with spring in the air?
I've got some... I've got some lovely little plants. Over here, let's get some compost and my old friend pig manure. Let's get over here and see the lovely Genesis plant. Now, if you see over here, he's got a lovely little bits of growth over here.
It's an ugly looking
Yes, it's an ugly little brute, yes. Have a look at that there. He's a lovely plant. Now then, with maturing and lovely pig manure steeped for 16 years in CT socks.
The other one's not much better.
The other one's not. The other one is looking a lot better now. Now then, if you get this plant and poke it 3 times, it'll sing the chorus from its latest hit single.
No! Hey!
Isn't that marvellous? Shut up. Isn't that marvellous? Now then,
what else have you got to show us, David?
Let's leap over here and see this wonderful little plant. Yes, here it is. This is the Crossroads plant.
I see. What's particularly exciting about this one, David?
Well, Quiz, it'll only grow in sandy areas. Yes, we usually...
Not that funny. And he wrote it this morning during one of the cartoons.
Yes, Quiz, we usually wheel it round the garden.
I said not to use that. Well, let's move very quickly on, David, because this one over here actually is the one I particularly want.
Yes,
I don't know whether we can see this clearly.
Have a look at this. Come in close. Let's get really in. This is botany as it happens here in the studio. Look at this.
What do you call this? Genesis. What do you call this one?
Well, this is the Maggie Thatcher plant. A group. A gruesome little item, look at this. It grows steadily, years and years of practice and growth and pig manure, and it gets really, yes, backhanders, weddies in laundrette. And as it gets to number 10, it goes completely crackers. Well, isn't that marvellous?
Oh, thank you very much indeed, Dave. Very nice to have you back on Compost Corner.
Thanks, mate.
We interrupt this programme to bring you a news flash.
Good morning. At Blue Peter today... Quiet, please. At Blue Peter today, a streaker had to be given first aid when Simon pinned on his Blue Peter badge.
We interrupt this programme to bring you another news flash.
Trevor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Earlier this week in Birmingham, a man who fell into a chicken dressing machine had a narrow escape. The machine plucked off all his clothes and trussed his legs up with string. Luckily, a fuse blew just as it grabbed the sage and onion stuffing.
Interrupt this news flash to bring you a programme.
Yes, there he is, my little dog's fed. And this week, I thought, because it's been so cold, I've been freezing lately, haven't you, in your basket? I thought I'd talk about actually doggy fashion and how to dress your dog in the winter months. Now, if it's very wet and if it's raining or if the snow is about, then there's waterproofs, of course, little boots that you should have. See little boots there, and to match that, of course, the little raincoats that you can buy for the dog. But if the weather is just cold, then it's warmth that the dog really needs to go over his fur. So we have a lovely coat here. You just wrap him up in the coat. This is a very fashionable one. It's one of his particular favourites, and he loves going out and being seen in it. And then, of course, we have the scarf, a little nice coloured scarf that you can just wrap round him. That's it. He loves getting dressed up to go out. And, of course, you've got the hat. Turn your ears around here. Make sure his ears can stick out, because that means he can hear. So get that sort of hat where his ears can actually come out. There we are. And to finish him off, if it's very windy, that will keep him nice and warm. That will keep him lovely and warm. But if the wind gets up, then you also need to protect his eyes from the wind. So a nice pair of goggles sometimes does the trick, and you can protect his eyes like that from the wind. And there we have your complete sporting and windy dog. So there we are. And
Meanwhile, in a cloakroom not a million miles away... All right, come on then. You first, Mr. Carson, please. See which of you four are the heaviest.
You are Francis Carson. Your body weighs 6 stone. Your brain weighs half ounce. Your mouth weighs 9 stone. Your combined weight is 15 stone, half an ounce.
Very good, Mr. Carson.
Excellent.
Excellent. Mr. Prowse, if you would please, Mr. Kind. Stand on that.
I thought you'd been knocked
You
out.
are Dave Prowse. Your weight is 18 stone. Correction. Please take your hands out of your pockets. Your weight is 16 stone.
Thank you, Mr. Prowse. Very kind. Big Daddy, would you, Mr. Kind, please?
Can we get on?
Your weight is 36 stone.
Give it. I think it's. You got to give it a belt. Give it a belt.
Ouch. 28 stone.
Give it another one. Give it another.
Ouch, ouch. 18 stone.
Thank you, Big Daddy. Mr. Manning, if you'd be so kind, please. Hello.
Where do you want me on?
At a time,
Whatever
please.
pleases yourself.
One at a time, please. I'm breaking up 30, 35.
There now follows a party political broadcast. This is also being shown on Radio 4.
Good morning. Now, I know a lot of you will be thinking that I'm just another one of those boring old silly old fool who's come on your television set and will just go on and on and on and... sorry, where was I? Oh, yeah. But no! You see, I won't do that because you don't want me to do that. And that's what the Tiswas party's all about. Involvement. Making your voice heard. Now, you are the people on whom Britain depends, and for too long have the big wigs at Westminster ignored you. Now, we offer the voice of Great Britain a chance once again to be heard. And if you think that I am talking rubbish, you must say that I am talking rubbish. It's your chance once again to have a say in the running of Britain. And if you get fed up with people like me coming on your television screen, you must make your feelings felt. For too long have the people of this great nation had to swim against the tide. Get to know your MP, again, as if he were in your own living room. And if you don't like us, let us have a flood of protest. And let the old guard at Westminster eat humble pie. So, remember, on polling day, vote Tiswas.
Oh, welcome back. What a morning, I must say I feel a bit scruffy this morning. Do you? On the contrary, I'm well dressed, nicely mannered, and really rather elegant. People say to me I look like a dung heap at a compost corner. Compost corner! I'm smart, clean, and not half-witty. Well, people tell me I'm smart, clean, and not half-witty. No, they say you're a smarty pants, clean off your head, and half-witted. You see, I'm educated. People say of me, he's educated. No, they say he's educated. I'm so clever, I work in the media. I work in the Midlands. Girls throw themselves at my feet. Nobody goes anywhere near my feet. People say I've got an honest face. People come up to me and say, honest, is that your face? Because I'm smooth, oozing charm and intelligence, I work in television. Well, so do I. I'm a presenter and producer. That's what I do. Well, how do you keep your job looking so scruffy? Well, it's funny, actually, because every time I appear on television, somebody up there pulls a rope and that happens. It's much better, apparently. It's what people want. Are you quite sure? Yes, it's Tommy Cooper!
Thank you very much. I was driving past a farmhouse the other day, and I saw the farmer on the doorstep. I said, hey, 6 of your hens have just stopped laying. He said, how do you know? I said, I've just run them over.
Sorry. Now, one of the easiest things to do is to make people laugh. But the boys in the studio and the girls have said I find it impossible to make them laugh. So I'm going to start inside 30 seconds. I shall make them all laugh their selection box off. Starting off with my average laugh. There's nothing like a day. That's Mulling gone. Hey, Frankie! Mick-nagging a cabaret, double gibber my mick-nagging. Well, Bob's the only one that doesn't laugh, because he's getting paid. Hey. That's a crack of that one. So I tell it.
every goggy, here we are again, and straight out of the break into more fun, gaiety and gleefulness. Still don't like those G's, do you, son? Don't like G's. That's probably why you never go to race meetings, all those GGs. Don't look down, son, let them see your lips. Of course, you don't like race meetings anyway, do you, son? Don't like spending your money, do you, lad? Can tell that by the way you dress, son. I'm not saying he's mean, but the last time he got a £1 note out of his wallet, the Queen came out blinking in the light. Ah, it's a cracker, it's a cracker.
It's probably the way that you tell them.
It's the way I tell 'em. I'll do the talking, son. Don't you interrupt me, you dummy, or I shall do a few more G's. Like geranium or Geronimo. Look up, son. Let them see your lips, son. Now, as well as being one of the world's greatest humorists, I am now about to top the bill in cabaret everywhere with my earth-shattering gangriloquism. Allow me to introduce to you Salome. Here she comes, up you come, my little lovely. I don't want to come out. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Do. Up you come. I shall now amaze all of you by getting Salome to recite a nursery rhyme whilst he drinks a pint of brown ale.
Mary had a little lamb, a grace as bright as glow. And everywhere that Gary went, the gun was sure to go.
Good morning. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Now, we would like to find witnesses to this famous accident. So if you were on the hill, up the hill, or over the hill at the time, get in touch with us straight away. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep. Now, if you should be offered a large woolly animal with a head at one end, a tail at the other, 4 legs, and it doesn't bark, and you've been offered it in suspicious circumstances, get in touch with me on Toytown 1212. Finally, the Queen of Hearts. She baked some tarts. And you can see what happened. She'd hardly got the cream on the top before they were whipped. However, we have a suspect, and I would like you to study this photo fit. He is known as the Knave of Hearts, or to his friends, Jack. Now, have you seen anything of Jack and his pack, or you can tell us where these stolen tarts might be sold on the cheap, I would like to get in touch on this phone once again, on Toytown 1212. A result already. Hello? Yes? Yes? Ah, you think you found a stolen tart? I see. Can you describe it to me? Yes? Large? Round? Yellow? With white stripes? Yes, it could be one of the stolen tarts, but I can't be absolutely sure until I see it face to face. No, we were looking for lemon curd.
My special guest on the programme this morning, someone I've admired for many, many, many years, Max Boyce. Nice to see you on the show.
Great to be here.
Oh, this is Who the Elbow, man of mystery, clairvoyant, extraordinaire.
Excuse me, sorry to butt in, but I just wanted to meet Max. Actually, I'm one of his greatest fans. And so is my mum. Could I just have your autograph, Max? We've got all your records. We always see you on the telly. We like your son as well, Anthony. My favourite's that. I'm a pink toothbrush. You're a blue toothbrush. My mum's favourite is that you need hands. My mum loves that one. She thinks it's fantastic.
That's the wrong one.
We're big
That's the wrong Max.
Max Boyce, Welsh comedian. In inverted
Wrong
commas.
one. Can I just fit?
Sorry about that, Max. Anyway, yeah. Well, let's talk a bit about your career. I'm sorry about that.
Excuse me, Chris. I've remembered now. It's okay now. I've remembered.
Top celebrity embarrassing.
No, I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Sorry, I'm
I don't mind.
You're that Welsh comic who lives on a rugby field.
Yeah.
Tells them jokes about rugby. I've never been there myself, but I believe it's very nice rugby. I believe it's very nice there. No, Max, would you tell for me, my mum, because my mum, honestly, we're one of your best fans. Do you realise who you are?
Yes, I think I know, yeah.
Do you realise how famous you are? I mean,
Well,
we see you on the telly and things like that. It's really lovely standing next to you, mate. Could you do, especially for me and for my mum, one of them jokes, one of your fabulous jokes, what you do?
Did you hear the one about the soccer team was so bad, the manager decided to have dustbins put all over the training pitch.
Oh.
And then what he decided to do was he'd have the team dribbling in and out of the dustbins, tackling the dustbins and dribbling out. So on the Monday, you rang up to see how the new training method had been going.
I suppose the dustbins had won 3-1, had they? It's funny when I first heard it.
I'm ever so sorry, Matt. I'm ever... Don't go away. I'm ever sorry. Don't go away. Let's go. We'll talk to you in more detail later. Never mind about that.
Hello, welcome to Master Dance, where we are trying to find the best dance in Britain. Can we have the only possible contestant twit, please? Frank enters and sits down. What is your name, Frank?
Frank Carson.
Very good. What is your subject to?
Anything I don't know between 1978 and 1982.
Right. Have you the 1 minute started? You have 1 year starting from now. What part of the body do you have a headache?
The difficult ones first, eh?
Yes.
In the knees.
No knees. What job does the Home Secretary Big Willie Whitelaw hold?
Prime Minister.
Incorrect. Where is Birmingham?
On the M1 near Liverpool.
No. The expert says wrong. How many bottles of lemonade are there in a pack of 6?
Pass.
Oh, what animals bark like this? Bark, 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 bark.
A tree. Bark.
No, a budgie. I was wrong too. How do you spell milk?
Pass.
Pasture milk.
Pasteurized.
What is the name of Prince Charles's name?
What's the name of his name?
What is the name of Prince Charles's name?
Pass Prince Andrew.
No. Runs. What liquid comes out of the water tap?
Pass.
Where are you now, Frank?
Where am I now?
Where I started, so I'll start. Where are you now?
At this present moment.
Yes.
I'm here.
Correct. Sorry. No score. Frank curses.
Yes. Okay, curses. Tubular scaffolding, double gibbero, knick-knack and a sampan.
What time is... I've started, so I'll finish. What time is the 9 o'clock news?
8:30.
Wrong! You have answered 6 questions incorrectly. You passed on 3. How many bottles of lemonade in 6-pack? The incorrect answer is 10. Now, Bucket Frank. Missed.
I missed!
One more time.
Try again. Try again.
Good. You smell milk water. W-A-T-E-R. Buckets Frank. Good. And the liquid that comes out of a tap is cream soda.
Cream soda.
Bucket Frank. Got him. Frank Carson, you are missed.
Right.
You are Master Dance of 1901.
Right. Tony Brutus, probably the world's strongest human, is with us this morning in the studio and claims that he can lift any two men in Britain. Well, this seems to be the morning to try this particular feat. Can you come in, please, gentlemen? Can we have you here?
Any two normal men.
You're on your own, son. I've got nothing to do with this. Go on then, Tony. Are you right, son?
They came from outer space.
You can do it.
No, no, frighten you, son.
You can do it.
Now is the winter of my discontent.
Yeah, right, never mind.
But first a song.
And they told us it was the South Bank Snow.
You do frighten easy, don't you, Bernard?
You know, this act's worth more scrap. Hey, you're doing a good job, Tony, anyway. Nice to see you.
There's an athletic feat getting in.
Nice and quiet, nice and quiet, please.
Must be hard up for work, that's all.
Including you, Bernard.
Don't make me laugh, Bernard. Yeah, Bernard. You tell us when, Tony. Yes.
Who's your agent, Martin Foreman?
You can say that now, Tony.
Right. Right. Sit down, boys.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Start again.
Let's try once more, Tony.
Ask it! I'm going down, ask it!
Come on, Daddy, here we go. No, thank you, Dave, no.
Heavyweights stick together.
Yeah, come on then, back you go.
All right, well.
I didn't like your record anyway. Just a joke, sorry, just a joke.
Steady, Bernard.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to sing?
Hey? Keep lean
Oh, be very careful, you could hurt yourself with this lot. I'll just start at the go. Please, keep it light.
You still went. Right. Ready? Sit.
Sit.
Down. Yeah.
Sit.
Sit down.
Sit.
There now follows an appeal.
Hello. I am very disturbed, as you can probably tell, by the threat posed to plankton by the presence of huge hulking great whales. Now, I'm not talking about one or two plankton here, or even the dimmer plankton. I'm talking about 84 million plankton per gulp. This means that despite the best efforts of the Russian and Chinese and Japanese governments to eliminate the great plankton eaters of our seas, it means that every time, in the time it takes Margaret Thatcher to do her hair, over 604,000 million plankton have become whale snack somewhere in the world. The worst offenders are the baleen whales. The baleen whales, and I quote from a book here, slide through shoals of plankton with their mouths open. Where is the battle in that? Where's the epic struggle of the deep there, eh? You imagine it. You're floating along with 83.5 million friends on a Sunday morning, doing nothing more than creating oxygen, when out of the west comes a huge baleen whale with its mouth open. Not even hungry, just gormless. Woomph! 1,000 million plankton gone, he hasn't even had his breakfast. This is where slop comes in. Slop stands for Save Lots of Plankton and is an international ecological organisation based at my flat, or my mother's when I'm out. Next week, we are starting Plankton Pride Week, climaxing with a huge gathering of plankton at the Royal Albert Hall, Hull. Come along, bring microscopes, especially if you're sitting in the back row, and let us show to the world that 12,000 billion plankton can't be wrong. Thank you.
Francis Algernon Nebuchadnezzar Carson, this is your life indeed. That was your great friend there, John Revolting, your old dancing master, harking back to the days when he knew you just as plain Sandy Carson. But Francis, this is your life, and what a life it's been. You were born 58 years ago in the quaint little Irish village of Wellington. Your mother was a fan dancer at the local bus terminus, and your father was a famous self-employed inventor. In fact, it was he who invented the toilet seat. And then, 8 years later, your great-uncle Sean invented the hole to go with it. Here's a photo of you at 18 months. Let's have a look at that over there. There you are. A lovely baby. And when you'd already composed your first concerto at the age of 18 months, and then at the age of 5, you got into your first bit of trouble with the forces of law and order. Frank, do you remember this voice?
Hey, we're a rum do, you young scallywag.
Yes, that's right. Your old village constable, PC Seamus Flynn. Oh, wow, there he is. There he is. He's been a long time.
No, here he is. Hello, Seamus.
There he is, PC Flynn. Well, I understand you had a bit of trouble with him in the old days, PC.
Oh, I remember Frank when he was a lad. You're right, straight away. He was always a bit funny then, you know, but we electric shock treatment soon sorted him out.
He's right.
Folk was always complaining. He was telling cracking jokes all the time. He got so bored and we had to lock him up.
Thanks very much, PC Seamus Flynn. Oh, God. Well, there you are. Right, fine. By the age of 12, you're a magnificent, good-looking, superbly conditioned boy with a ready eye for the young ladies by now. And Frank, do you remember this voice?
Yes, he looked lovely in that blue dress.
Yes, it's the woman who was the leader of your girl guide troop for 3 weeks until someone complained about your hairy legs. Brown Owl Maureen O'Shaughnessy James.
Oh, boy, Maureen.
There she is. Well, Brown Owl, right. That's plenty. That's enough. Brown Owl, what sort of a girl guide did he make? Brown Owl. What sort of a girl guide did he make?
Well, almost too convincing.
Well, yes, it's been like that ever since.
Yes, he was a lot of fun. We can remember him with fond affection. He used to help old ladies across the street, steal their handbags, and then jump on a bus.
Yes, was he always cracking jokes?
One day it took me 3 hours helping an old lady across the road. She didn't want to go across. That's a joke.
Was he always cracking jokes in those days?
He was always telling jokes. He was
so
really
boring we had to lock him up.
Well, that's right. Okay, well, sit yourself over there. There she's Brown Owl Maureen O'Shaughnessy
It was so boring we had to lock him
up. And so, Frank, the years rolled by. You made many big-name friends over the years. And if you pick up this phone now, there should be an old friend waiting to have a few words. I think this is a bit of a surprise for you, Frank. Have a listen to this.
This is the President of the United States.
Well, they are.
A lot of people don't realize that my real name, my brother Billy's name, is Carson. But we changed it to Carter. Because of the disgrace that our elder brother, Frank, brought on the family name. Breaking shop windows, ringing Richard Nixon's doorbell and running away. Eating worms and trying on Mrs. Eisenhower's washing. Cracking jokes all the time. It got really boring.
Frank, there he was. Yes, a great old friend of yours, President Jimmy Carter. Well, then him back in this country. No, he's not coming. Then back in this country is by now a really desperately struggling comedian. You teamed up with this man here.
Nice.
Yes, that's right. He's travelled by mule overnight from Wolverhampton since Tuesday to get here. He is Michael Crawford.
Wow, Michael. Hey, goodness me.
Come here, Michael. What's it been like? What's your fondest memory of working with this giant of a man?
Well, I always remember Frank when he went to the Horse of the Year show in Wembley. He came second. A goat beat you, didn't he?
What about his sense of humour? Was he cracking jokes even in the early days?
Yes, he was always cracking jokes, and they were all so boring.
Well, that's right. There he is. Thanks very much, Michael Crawford. Well, it's been a tremendous struggle, Francis, particularly with the scripts you had and the infinitesimal amount of talent that you had. And yet, through it all, there were these tremendous family loyalties back to the old days. And now, flown in by special privately chartered plane all those thousands of miles, we've hid him away for 2 weeks in one of London's most expensive hotels, eating and drinking in his room, surrounded by a privately contracted round-the-clock team of security guards. We've been paying for it for the last 2 months, ready for this moment.
That's a big intro.
The man who uttered these never-to-be-forgotten words all those years ago.
Yes, Frank, I'll never forget September the 1st, 1927 in Peterborough.
I've never been in Peterborough.
What? We spent.
No, I have. No. You've got the address.
He says he's never. He says he's never heard of you. All right, we'll pay your expense. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Thank you.
Well, never mind, Frank. Sorry about that. mind, in the course of a very busy life, you've managed to be married 12 times. You've had 11 beautiful children. Here they are. Let's have a little look at your entire family. Ian, Tony, Sandra, Arthur, Charles. Where are they? Arthur, Charles, Rachel, Alison, Clarissa, Kimo Sabe, Ezekiel and Rasputin. Your 11 beautiful children. There they are, Frank. There they are, your whole lovely family. Finally, Frank, do you remember this voice? Yes, that's right. That's right. No. It's your old chemistry master from school. You haven't seen him for years, but he's now a world-famous TV star. And now loved by millions as Mad Harry.
Program to bring you another news flash.
Good morning. I'm awfully sorry. I appear to have a frog in my throat.
That's better. A man from Hammersmith had a successful operation this morning to remove a very large mole. The doctor said the man was asleep with his mouth open and it must have crawled in during the night. Come on, it was better than that. I'm most awfully sorry.
Excuse me, Mr. Peel. I'm Mr. Peel. I don't know if you remember me. I used to be in a group in Liverpool in the 60s and that, you know. And,
yeah, they all say
we split up. We split up and went in hard time. Not now, Mr. Peel.
Most of them were.
And you know, you've become so famous in that, and number one disc jockey and all that. I was just wondering, you know, we're a bit on the hard times now, and you know, I haven't had a bite all day. I wonder if you can help me at all.
Hello. If you remember last week, we were out and about in the countryside last week, but it's welcome back this week to Ordinary Studio-based Compost Corner. A bit later on Ordinary Boring Studio-bound Compost Corner. We'll be introducing a new greenhouse with no glass in for people who want to throw stones, and also an Ordinary Studio-bound Boring Compost Corner. We'll be looking at a new hoe. It's the double hoe, or ho-ho, as it's known, for the gardener with a sense of humour. And also we'll be looking at the sycamore plant, for those of you who use sycamore material like this. But first, back on Ordinary Studio-bound Compost Corner. It's time to reintroduce my very, very special guest, basically because we couldn't find anybody else. Here he is, Dr. David Bellamy.
Well, Chris, it's really marvellous to be back on Ordinary Studio-bound Compost Corner. And may I say, after that wabblazing introduction and the brilliant rapturous applause of this remarkable wabble, all I can say is it's a great relief to know these wagamuffins are incarcerated in the cage, otherwise they'd all run off on the rampage.
Yeah, well, that's all very easy for you to say, David. What exactly have you got to show us this week?
Well, Chris, I've got some lovely specimens of fauna and flora here to show you today on Ordinary Studio-bound Compost Corner.
I don't know what we do this week, I don't know why we bother, sorry.
First of all, we've got this amazing plant here. Take a look at this. As you can see, the growth here is actually a stethoscope. This is the doctor plant. And it's called the doctor plant because it doesn't come out at night. Now then, as you can see, we've got these two knack plants here, and all they need to help them make hit records and grow especially well is some moisture. Plenty of moisture. This is what you need for the body.
Also, David, we've also actually got a special effects man waiting for his cue at the moment. He wasn't in the sketch, but it did seem a shame to waste that spare button.
I know. Well, let's have a look at this.
Oh, I'll pay for your shirt.
This is a lovely. It's a plant I grew myself. It's a cross between an orange plant and a rubber tree plant. Just have a look at this. It bears lovely fruit with plenty of it. Thank you very much. What's the jaffa?
Even more interesting than usual.
This is lovely stuff. Now, take a look at this. A very sad plant, CT, because I grew it at home and I used to give it a tot of whiskey just to keep its leaves perking up. And through the process of osmosis and everything, it absorbed more than 3 pints of scotch a day. Now, as you can see, I'm sorry, I'll get you a coat with polythene lapels. We've got this lovely blonde here, and it's called the alcoholic blonde, and it's very easy to see why, because it needs plenty of scotch to keep it going, and it falls over.
I think it's going to be sick, David.
Oh, no, we don't want any of that. Now then, look at this. This is a Japanese flower. Look at this, Chris. Look at the mark of elegance here as we have a look at this. Just come in close.
What
here.
exactly do you call it, David?
This is a kamikaze blonde. Now, don't get too close, CT, because it will actually explode if it thinks a human is going to harm it. Don't get too close.
As you remember, boys and girls, we never ever tell lies on Tiswas. Johnny, of course, here has also got another record under his belt. Johnny, of course, you all know from that long-running series on Granada Television, Coronation Street, and we hope you all live to see the end of it. Well, we're going to continue. Now, Johnny, of course, sorry, I'll just read it. Johnny, Yard of Ale champion for Midlands first, then Southern Region, and then, of course, you captured the All-British title 3 weeks ago.
Yes, I did. 8.
Now, as you know, with a lot of children and it's the licensing, the pubs are not open yet, as we all know. All the people in the studio are sober. We're going to ask you to watch now a Yard of Ale, because we're not allowed to have ale in it, as it's not open to the children here. But you will show us exactly. Will you please time this, John? Just time this. On we go now, and go! Time 8 seconds. Well, there you are. Now we're going to attempt a new world record for Tiswas. If he gets this, he will, of course, be entitled to get the Golden Scroll, which is worth, as you know, well over £1,000. Yes. We're getting people writing in every day asking, can they buy these? Sorry, the answer is no. Unless you actually hold a Tiswas record, you will never, ever have the privilege of throwing one of these in your bin. Right. Well, now on we go, Johnny. This time could you calm down? Here we go.
Ready?
A new world record.
Ready?
Oh, go! Fantastic. How long was that? 4 seconds. There, Johnny, here you are. Your Tiswas championship. Well done.
Thank you.
And there you are. Many happy hours in Coronation Street, Johnny. And goodbye. Now, we'll bring you more stuff later on in the programme. The rubbish is just expendable.
welcome the incredible, the amazing Memory Man.
Good morning. Now, this amazing memory aid which fits into the ear is a triumph of micro-technology. Now, with the wizardry of modern electronics, it is now possible for a person with a poor memory to have complete recall. And it's very simple to operate. There's a simple on-off switch here. Now, I'll just demonstrate. I switch it off. Now, to start it all again, I just simply switch it on. Where did I put it? Right, here somewhere, excuse me. Did I have one when I came on? It's ridiculous. A terrible memory. Somebody should invent something for a memory like mine. I do apologise. I'll go and get it. It must be here somewhere.
We interrupt this programme to bring you a news flash.
Good morning. This is a news flash. I'm terribly sorry. Earlier this week, Captain Mark Phillips was kicked by a horse at badminton. At a press conference later on, a palace spokesman said, "I didn't even know horses played badminton." I'm terribly sorry, I can't see without my glasses. Owing to cutbacks at the BBC, the children's programmes, Crackerjack, Wacky Races and Jackanori are being combined into one programme. It's going to be called Cracker Wacky Jackanaki Nori.
Take that, you swine! Hey, it doesn't wash off.
What's more, pal? I'm terribly sorry.
Show where it's our pleasure and our privilege to try and make you happy. If you're happy, then I'm happy. If I'm happy, then we're all happy. Is everybody happy? Yeah! Great big hand for the boys in the back. Come on. Okay, I'll just meet the contestants first of all. I'd like to meet the contestants now. What are your names? Fine, okay. What about you?
Judy Elbow.
Judy Elbow, man of mystery, as I recall, and clairvoyant extraordinaire. Okay, well, tonight's glittering prizes include your chance to be one of the first to get absolutely free from one of Britain's top salons, the hairstyle that shook the world in the 50s and is now making a big comeback. And in a week when Reagan and Carter continue to dominate the headlines, we ask the burning question, just how much longer can they both go on churning out the same old repeats of the Sweeney? So we've got prizes waiting to be won, but first we're going to have a lot of fun. Right, can I start with you, please, sir?
All right.
OK, are you any good at maths?
No, not really.
Correct, you're not any good at maths. In fact, you're hopeless at maths. Well done. Right, nice and easy so far. Can you name...
Shut up, all right?
Can you name one wife of Henry VIII?
Yes.
Wait a minute, I haven't asked you the full question yet. Who had her head cut off?
Catherine.
Anne Boleyn. It's in more than one part, though. What was her telephone number?
4867878.
Well, don't believe a word I say.
Sorry, no, that was cut off as well. Well, not to worry. Sorry about that. I must ask for quiet. Please, sit down. Question number 3. What did that great painter Vincent van Gogh say when he just cut off his own ear?
Pardon?
Pardon is correct. That's exactly what Vincent van Gogh did say. Right, question number 4. Plenty of time to catch up.
Okay.
What great musician was named after the Metropolitan Police Squad?
Teddy. Oh, God. Albert Lee, wasn't it? Albert Lee, I think. Albert Lee.
What great musician was named after the Metropolitan Police Riot Squad?
That was Jenny Jones, wasn't it?
Bobby Crush. No, sorry, sorry about that. We typed out completely wrong. Never mind. Don't worry. Plenty of time to catch up. Right, number 4. Now, this is an espionage question. To do with spying. What famous spies were finally caught on Christmas Day?
Mince pies.
Mince pies, correct! Well done! Excellent! Don't worry, 3 of them, nothing over so far. But still plenty of time to catch up.
Aye.
What great British jazz musician has a famous wife called Jasmine who follows him everywhere.
Shirley Bassey.
Sorry, no, it's Kenny Ball and his Jasmine. Well, oh dear, just as things were getting so exciting, there goes the bell. Time for us once again to say tooroo pip pip, but hopefully au revoir. Join us again next time. I'll be here, I hope you'll be there. Then again, if he comes over here, I'm going over there. Then again, I'm not going over there.